right, it's the triumphant return of the Alan Cox Show cruise. Captain Fun's Floating Fandango this year is presented by Circle K. We've changed boats. We're on the Good Time 3. More of you can join us. We're going to have food and drinks and prizes. Live music from Mattitude. He's coming back to spin for us. There are some tickets available for purchase. You go to WMMS.com. They're only $20 a pop, but those will run out, and quickly. But you can win them here. So we'll see you on August the 24th. Be a good time. Hence the name of the boat. And caller 10. These are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Have you ever been impregnated with excitement? Well, it looks like you're showing. Welcome back to your new daddy, Alan Cox.
On WMMS.
I got Guardians tickets for you later on. More money around 4:30 and 5:30. Guardians going to try to beat the Tigers tonight. Couldn't do it last night. 8-2 was the final around the corner here. Not 7:10. No, we're out of here around 6, and then the coverage starts, and then 6:40 is your first pitch. Second of 4 against the Tigers. They'll do 3 at night, and then the businessman special before I think they head off to Philly. But Cleveland baseball tonight. Yes, they're in a bit of a slump. There's no way around it. I don't know that Stephen Vogt has acknowledged that, even though they've certainly there's evidence to support that theory. But they've had a great season so far, and it was. Probably July. Unavoidable. Yeah. It's a long season.
It is a long season.
And it's been very hot. And they're wearing all that polyester. And what are you going to do? I don't know.
Cotton.
Huh?
Getting them cotton.
Well,
just
they
make
might
sure you
shrink.
Don't shrink it. Yeah.
They might shrink. Out there waddling around. Alan, that jelly drink in Japan, that's essentially what Metamucil does. Is that true? Metamucil doesn't turn to jelly in your stomach, does it?
Metamucil was fiber.
It is fiber, yeah.
I thought your poop together.
I thought it flushes everything out of you or whatever.
Oh, maybe that's what it does.
Yeah. Alan, how many total people will be on the cruise? I think it's about 1,300 people.
Jeez.
No,
is
I'm
it
kidding.
normal? It's
No,
I was like, get the hell out.
No,
it's going to be, it's a bigger boat. It's going to be like double what we usually have.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of people.
Yeah. So.
And those tickets are selling.
Mm-hmm.
If you I would buy them sooner than later.
If you want to buy them, as of this morning, I was told there were 69 of them left. There are probably far fewer than that now.
There's in the 50s now. From
in the
what
50s.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. So that'll be August the 24th. You will notice at WMMS.com that there are a couple of Circle K ticket stops I'm going to be doing in the 2 weeks preceding the cruise. So you can come out and see me there. Who's helping out today, by the way? Lillip Underbung.
Thanks, Lillip.
Thank you so much.
Also, this Saturday, I'm going to be doing a show with Jeff Tate, not from Queensryche. We love the joke. Keep making it. It's great.
People are still making it?
Oh, man.
Oh,
every
okay.
time. Yeah, every
hey, listen.
Every
great
post,
to hear.
hey.
Great to hear Queensryche is still on the top of people's minds.
Yeah.
Jeff Tate hasn't been with them for 15 years,
right.
but, what are you going to do?
But he's a very funny comic. It's going to be me and him and another fellow from the Columbus area named Dan Seabree. So get those tickets at BillSquire.com.
Seabreeze?
Seabree. You know Dan, right?
I don't think that I
no,
do.
Mary
I do,
does.
yeah.
Oh.
He's a funny dude.
All right.
So it's going to be a fun
What's
show.
going on with you today, Alan?
Who, me?
You're
the coughing and the breathing.
Coughing,
I'm sorry. Why? What's happening?
Make your mouth work
You
better.
tell me.
Oh, I burped. I'm having a little pony can of Mountain
You
Dew
having
here.
an indigestion day?
No, I'm got a
Racist.
I'm having my little tiny pony can
What?
here of Mountain Dew.
It's a-
Racist.
It's a J.D. Vance dumb thing that he said. Where he's like,
About a
"Oh,
pony?
because I'll drink a Mountain Dew, people
Oh,
will call
yeah.
me racist."
I'll play
It's
that
like,
clip. Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh God. There's nothing. All these articles now that Trump is starting to regret the J.D. Vance thing now that Kamala Harris is running and not Biden. But there's nothing Trump hates more than somebody who doesn't have any showbiz to them. And J.D. Vance, he ain't got no showbiz to
Well,
him.
Mike Pence didn't have any showbiz to him, and
But he
eventually
was just,
did
like,
hate him.
there.
But
Well,
like, yeah,
but
he
that
wasn't.
was-
He wasn't doing anything.
But 2016 is very different than now.
Right.
It was a whole different universe then
Yeah.
than. Yeah, here's J.D. Vance. This was at home. This was in Middletown, Ohio, right?
I don't know where it was.
I think
just
that's where
thought-
he's
yeah.
from. I think this is supposed to be a big homecoming for him, and it was very strange.
It is the weirdest thing to me. Democrats say that it is racist to believe, well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good. I love you guys. But yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he didn't. I don't know what he means by that. He certainly wasn't getting the laughs that I think he wanted, but I don't know where the racist thing. Well, that's just like red meat for that crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
it's
They're
woke.
always calling me racist.
Yeah.
Well, he did that whole campaign where it's like, I'm a moron and I'm racist and I'm going to vote for J.D. Vance, whatever that commercial was. That
Wait,
he
but
was-
he did a commercial?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
I-
he was like throwing it, like he was trying to do like a tongue-in-cheek thing. I don't know.
I see.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, before this, I don't think I'd ever heard him speak. I literally don't think that I'd ever, and I know he does like the Sunday morning news shows and things, and I usually watch a lot of those. I don't think I'd ever heard him speak before. But he's going to have to, if he wants to be there in Trump land, he's going to have to kind of get some megawatt going on those speeches. So, by the way, his family's from Appalachia. This is basically the crux of his entire personality. You'd think he'd know they drink ski in Appalachia. You ever had ski? They ain't drinking Mountain Dew. His parts are drinking Mountain Dew.
But they're not drinking Diet Mountain Dew in Appalachia.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
understand
that.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Some people like the flavor of Mountain Dew, but they don't want the sugar.
But if you're, listen,
My mom loves Diet Mountain Dew, so careful.
I
what
know
you
she
say.
does.
Like,
I know. Listen,
Careful, that's my mom. She's
I know
racist.
she does, and I would love to talk to her about what she enjoys because to me, anytime I've had a
Well, she's
diet,
diabetic, so she doesn't want the sugar.
but it can't be for the taste. I
She
mean,
likes the flavor of Mountain Dew.
Okay.
That's
oh, God bless her. It's just for me, I'm like, if I'm going to put this neon green stuff in my body, what do I care if it's diet? Obviously, she's got dietary situations there, and I guess but
she likes the flavor.
give me
of Mountain
give me the
Dew, yeah.
full octane. I have downgraded though to the tiny cans because I determined that I guess it's a way in which I'm trying to wean myself, but also the regular sized cans. Get ready to mock Mary. The regular sized cans, too much.
Knew it.
Those
Knew
are
it.
12 ounces, and these are 7.5 ounces. Because what I determined was, you know what I like the most about Mountain Dew? The first couple of sips.
That's how I feel about most pop.
The first couple of sips, but by the time, if I'm mowing the lawn or something and I'll grab a can and just guzzle it, I'm real hot. But I like the first couple of sips, and then I'm done. So the tiny cans, it's perfect. The standard bigger cans, too much for me. I'm sorry.
I actually agree with you here.
Too much. Oh, wow, look at this.
Yeah.
Hey.
Because I'm the same way.
Détente.
Is that like a full can of pop? Usually I'm not drinking it fast enough for it to not be like kind of flat by the end or warm. So I'm a fan of the smaller cans.
Me too.
I just want like a couple. When I want pop, I don't want like a full. I want like a few sips of pop.
Yeah.
That's so. Like I maybe that's just getting an older thing. But I remember as a kid when we'd like go out to eat and you get free refills and you get like 3 or 4, and I get Sprite and drink like 3 Sprites.
Yeah.
There's plenty of adults who do that too, though. I
I understand that. I just also don't drink pop ever.
I would be we had one of the Coke Freestyle machines where I used to work, and there would be people who would drink, I'm not exaggerating when I say they'd have like 4 Diet Cherry Cokes before their meal came.
Wow.
And I'm like, I mean, you do whatever you want, but I don't know how you could physically hold that much liquid in your body before you even eat anything.
Right. Cherry Coke used to be my movie drink. When I'd go to the movies, I'd get Cherry Coke. It's delicious.
I like a vanilla Coke a lot.
Alan, I just
Can
had
of vanilla
ski.
Coke?
I just had ski for the first time in my life. My boyfriend brought it back from Wellston, Ohio. It tastes just like Mountain Dew. I disagree with that, but I mean it's more kind of lemon limey, whereas Mountain Dew is like its own thing. But ski is, and again, people are texting me, J.D. Vance isn't Appalachian and blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of people accusing him of stolen hillbilly valor, right? Born and raised in Middletown, Ohio. That's suburban Cincinnati. His family is from Appalachia. But here's the thing. Appalachia is huge. So I know people think that it's like a strip of hill rods in West Virginia, but like this part of the country, Northeast Ohio, is part of the Appalachian Plateau. I lived in Pittsburgh for almost 10 years. That is completely Appalachia. It's a massive strip across the eastern part of the country. So I don't know enough I know J.D. Vance's claim to fame before he greased up and grabbed ankle for Trump was that book he wrote. That Hillbilly Elegy was all he was known for before politics. And he's a case study. He's a poster child basically for failing upwards. He met Peter Thiel, the billionaire with Facebook and PayPal and all that stuff. And that guy has basically helped J.D. Vance do everything he, had to do until now. But I see a lot of people trying to cast aspersions on his family background, and I don't know anything about that other than he wrote that book, and they made a movie about it. Glenn Close was in it, and Amy Adams was in it. I didn't see the movie, but that was what I knew him from before, politics. But Appalachia is a huge strip in the country. I've probably told the story before, but it's one of my favorites. Many years ago, I was on in Pittsburgh, and we were doing a contest. It was with Pepsi or somebody, and I would go do my show at a family's house. People would enter, and and the family that won were unbelievable. I mean, they were.
Bring that back. But can I win?
If you were going to do a snapshot of every Appalachian hillbilly stereotype, it would have been this family. And it was so goddamn fun. Like, the dog had epilepsy. The grandma
Also had epilepsy.
She might have, I don't know. But she had a giant mason jar with fruit in it and filled to the rim with grain alcohol. Yeah. And she's sitting in this old chair. And when I would go to a break or something, it wasn't a talk show. I was playing some music and talking in between, but when I would go and hang out with the family or whatever, and, we brought a party. We brought food and we brought games and all that kind of stuff. We had a promotions team and all that, but I would go in and talk to the family. I wanted to talk to this old lady. And she had like 2 teeth in her head, but she's sitting there and she's like, want some fruit? And she forks a strawberry the size of my fist, and it's been soaking in grain alcohol. So when I left that day, I was on my ass practically. Yeah, I had to hitch a ride back with one of the promo team. But this family, it was amazing. And they couldn't have been nicer. But that to me is like the full-on snapshot. So when people think like Appalachia, people living in the foothills of whatever, that's a huge part of the country. So I don't know anything about J.D. Vance other than I think his political positions are abhorrent. That's all I know about him. So Ohio's not a swing state, right? Those guys already have the angry white rural guy vote locked up. So I don't know what's going on there. But the Mountain Dew thing, that's what everybody's, listen, he's probably trying to get his sea legs. Every time he's shown up, it's been with Trump. He hasn't done a solo tour yet. And when you leave the band, that's when you really figure out if people dig you or not. And I mean, that crowd is going to like him just because Trump likes. I don't know if Trump likes him. But
he can't switch now, can he, right?
Do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
I didn't know if there were rules how far out.
I don't think so.
Like, after you accept the nomination, he could say, just kidding, I don't want J.D. Vance
Well, no, because
anymore.
you don't run for vice president.
But I'm saying Trump could drop him and pick up somebody else.
Sure.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I don't. It was like a timeline.
I don't think there's anything prohibiting him from doing. It would not be a good strategic move. The whole point of J.D. Vance, I mean, this is a guy who's manifestly unqualified for anything, as is Trump. But the whole point of grabbing him was supposed to be a chess move against Biden. Well, now it's Kamala Harris in there, so they're like, well, now we're stuck with this dope. And,
Trump went off and he was saying how, like, he's not going to do the debate because it's being the September 10th debate because it's being held on ABC. And if they switch over to Fox, then he'll do it. That, like, he's already trying to get out of debating Kamala Harris.
Well, listen, I
wouldn't
want to debate her either, and I understand why he'd want to be on Fox News.
But he has to, right?
Has to what?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't have to.
They don't have to do the debate.
No, Nope. No,
it would look crazy if he didn't, right?
No.
Huh.
I mean, listen, there's nothing to be gained from a debate. Really. People don't vote on what they see in the debate.
I don't think that's true.
Everybody
Here we go again.
No.
I'm with Mary on this
debate.
side. I think Mary is right. I think people absolutely.
Biden crapped the bed and his team forced him to drop out.
But that's not what I'm talking about. People don't vote based on. They don't watch it and go, I wonder what their policy positions are.
But most people don't vote that way.
What freaked everybody out is exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. That's when they were like, oh, my God. But you're not going to win people over for the most part. I mean, everybody was already in their camp when it came to those two guys. Everybody's already in their camp. I mean, Trump, you can tell he's freaked out about Kamala because he called himself young and brilliant, right? He posted something and he's like, I'm young and brilliant. And so, I mean, even if you're in the cult, you're not calling him young. So he does not want to run against her, obviously. So, but again, it's interesting and it's entertaining and,
I mentioned yesterday posting a clip on social media about men not wanting a female president because they get their periods. And exactly what I thought was going to happen is happening, and I love it so
Everybody
much.
was like, I'm going to give a very reasoned response to this.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, the whole bit is based in, like, men, a specific group of men typically will say, we can't have a woman president because they're too emotional, they're too unreliable, they get their period, and they're going to start a war, and, like, it's this whole stupid thing. But all the men in the comments are getting very fired up about how emotional women are. And I'm like, you guys are so close to understanding what I'm saying. You're so close to understanding exactly my point.
You're within striking distance.
It's just like, just switch out a couple letters and you get it.
Yeah.
And I spent actually a good deal of my morning today while I was having breakfast, just trolling back the trolls, and made me very, very happy.
Well, listen, we've had 250 years of male rule in this country, right? And other than 8 years, it's been entirely white. So I'm sure that there are a lot of people who look at this and are like, it's very exciting, or I want nothing to do with it. I mean, that's how you know Trump doesn't want to run against Kamala Harris. He's still out there attacking Biden. Like, he's still talking about Joe Biden.
He's still talking about Obama, too.
Yeah, and Hillary and Obama, right. Because he doesn't have any offense, it's just defense. But still, it's the old axiom in politics: don't answer the question that was asked. Answer the question you wish had been asked. So then you can just kind of pivot the whatever conversation you're having. But he's still creating his own reality, boy. But anyway, he's got J.D. Vance out there talking about Mountain Dew, and I guess we'll see how that whole thing goes. I've got Guardians tickets for you. The Baltimore Orioles are going to be in town first weekend in August. So I got a 4-pack for you for August the 2nd. I guess that would be next Friday, wouldn't it? A week from this Friday. You and 3 pals at Progressive Field. I will hand those off to you when we come back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.